Welcome back to Wacht on Rhein, December 18th a.m. This time it's the German turn. I am in mode determination phase. I'm putting out some PA markers, as you can see, down here in 7th Armor Sector. I'm also designating who's going to get replacement points later. So I'm placing it on them so I know not to move them or have combat. Up more north in the 5th Army Sector. I'm setting up those units to be in PA. And over there, which is the 18th. And then up in the 6th Army Sector, which will go in the 6th Army Sector. I don't think I'm gonna do any attacks that I see right now. However, I'm gonna try to heal. I have a Panther that needs to be replaced inside the 12th SS. And there is another one. Where is it? Oh yeah, Piper's. He's got a Panther that needs to be replaced. So I need to get that back up to being strong again. Same thing with the 12th. I have a unit that is underneath this unit that I want to replace. This is only on top because I need to move it during the road movement phase, and I want to make sure I don't forget. So that's what's going on. So let's work. Place your back up here. So let's see what I want to do. Again, this is mode determination. I'm just going to be quickly looking around to see if there's anyone else I like to make an attack with. Also, I want to see if there's any artillery that I want to put out of battery or in battery. But I think I have everyone that I need. And so what I'll do is I'll work from 7th Army Sector down. I will just work in this in this area. So this area should be pretty quick. So we have mode determination, now construction. Okay. I do have some units that need to finish. So they're done with their construction. And this unit already finished theirs. I think that's it for construction. All right, movement. So any road movement that I want to do. Let's see. Nope, everyone is basically in their spot. Nope. And then let me go into non-road movement. I'll bring this down. I want to go over here. Once I go here, do they have They have to be 2 steps. Oh, it's an entrenchment, so they have to stop. So if I stop here, I'm exposed to artillery fire. But I can go here and then here. So this cost me 1, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 to cross the river, the stream. 1.5 for the rough, that's 2.5. Going to constricted terrain, it cost me 2. That's 4.5. And then this is forest. 5.5, 6.5. So I cannot make it there. So I have to stay here. However, they can spot me for artillery fire. So let's do this. 1, 2.5, 3, 4 being adjacent. So we'll swing over. And that's what we'll do. Nope. Take that back. They're going to be attacking him. So that's not going to happen. I need to get rid of this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have artillery that can reach. All right, we're going to have to work our way around. So what do we got here? So we go through the forest. It's going to cost us 2, 3. So let's do that. 2, 3. 3 to there. Leave the constricted terrain. 5, 6, 7. Can't do it, so we have to stop here. And we'll do the same with this one. 1, 3, 5. Okay. So I know who's attacking. Part of the 15th. So he came here. 2, 3, 4. He actually can go there. And this is all non-road movement, so get ourselves on the main road. Costs 4, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9. 10, 11. All my vehicles, like I said, are using non-road movement. 4, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. You don't have to pay any costs with vehicles when you're doing non-road movement, because you're not considered on the road. And then this will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That works there. Trying to get these guys to come in and enclose these guys. Next turn, I have to get these guys, put them out of battery. All right, that looks like the 7th. Yeah, it looks like the 7th is complete. Do I want to bring this one around? Let's bring these guys up. Let's bring them up. Let's bring him over. Down. So overstacked. And him here. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So we're done with our movement. If we have any quick construction, we can do that. We do not. And then we can get into blowing up any bridges. We're not going to destroy any bridges. And then it's exploitation phase for the Allies, which they don't have anyone in exploit. Fatigue recovery. No one down here in the 7th Army sector is fatigued. Attack designation. Is there anyone one-on-one that we want to do with tactical assault with? I don't think I want to go up against anyone. Definitely with no engineers? Absolutely not. So there's no one with a tactical assault I want to put on. All right, the Allies can do barrage. Oh, by the way, I don't have any reinforcements coming in from the 7th Army sector. There is on the 5th and the 6th, but nothing down here. So, last thing I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to move these guys up. All right, so make sure. So that's constricted terrain. So yes, we can do this. All right. So these guys, the 19th and the 8th. I'm just looking at, let's see if they're breakdown units. Let me get a better shot of them. All those units are a breakdown unit of a parent battalion, but they're not. It just looks like they're attachments to the 28th. So, since they're attachments from the 28th, they can bring in artillery from the 28th. But there is none available for them. So, the only thing they can do then is to bring in one corps asset or army asset artillery. And there's only one I see that can reach. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there is one. It's way over here. Has a 14 range. So it's gonna fire. And has a 2 factor. Is there anyone that's closer that has a higher one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We have one over here. But do I want to use that one? I might need that. So I'm gonna hold off on that one. I might need it. So we'll use the 2. So basically, they're gonna bring down 2 factors. Let's see. We are 5 steps, so they get a +1 for density. And that's it. So it's +1 for density. A 7 +1 is an 8 on a 2. It's a 1 hit. So they got 1 hit on them. Let me just make sure they're not on a vantage point. Nope, they're not. All right, they did some damage. So they took a hit. And I'll mark that down. That's in the 7th Army sector. All right, do I want to count them? I can bring in 6. Yeah, let me do that. Let me hit them with artillery. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 2 artillery back here that I can bring in. But before I do that, let me roll for ADV. A 3, they pass. So nothing happens to the US. So going back to this, I have 6. And I can bring in long range artillery, which is back here. Where is it? Here we go. So that is 10, and the one underneath it is 14. So I only need 2 more to make 8. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so the one that's at 14 will be firing. So let's roll. We have an 8. So they are 2 steps, so they're going to get a minus 1, a minus 2 for being in the forest. So minus 2 altogether. So it's a minus 1 for the density and minus 1 for the forest. You roll a 4, minus 2 is a 2, on an 8. So 1. So it's 1 hit. So they will, they have to retreat towards their, they're part of the 28, yes. So they have to retreat towards there. So that satisfies, oops, almost knocked me. And they got an AS marker. They get an AS marker because they retreated. So this is what's going to happen. What are they in? They're still in constricted terrain. So they're actually in better shape now because of, I can only attack. I can only attack with one battalion. Let me roll my ADB. So I have 3 artilleries that fired. I rolled a 6. My ADV is a 3. So I'm 3 over my ADV. So 3 of my artillery units are ammo depleted. Okay, so both of these are ammo depleted. And this other one back here is ammo depleted. Alright, so we're done with our barrage or fire support. Next up is combat. So, well, next up is you want to see if you want to go through your combat. If you think that you're not strong anymore, you can decide to call off your combat. And what you do is you look at your attacking PR of your unit, which is a 6, or whichever one you want to use, whoever's the highest. You have to roll under that number. And if you roll it, you can pull off this marker. If you fail, you have to go through with the attack. Pretty simple. I'm going to make the attack. So, let's see what we have. We're coming in with, so we have 7 to 2, which is 3.5, and you round up at 0.5, so that becomes 4 to 1. 4 to 1 in the forest. So 4 to 1 in the forest. Let's see. Okay. So here are going to be our shifts. Germans get a shift for being in PA. They also get the shift for them having the artillery shift on them. So that's 2 shifts for the Germans in their favor. Brings us to 6-1. The Americans don't have anyone adjacent to them to help them. They don't have any entrenchment or IP. And if they did, the engineer would negate it. That is going to be it. Oh, I moved the headquarters. Oh, but it's not their headquarters, so we're good. If you move the headquarters a certain distance, you get a shift against you. So I think that's it with the shifts. Now dice modifiers. There's no one in combat reserve. Rib, we will have +10. They have none. Next up is armor. We each don't have any armor, so that's out. And last is RPR. So we have, my lead unit is a 6. Their defense is a 6. So it's a wash. So it's just a +10 on a 6-1. German's gonna roll. Germans roll a 93 +10 is 103. 103. 3 discretionary and 2 mandatory. So they're gonna be dead because 2 mandatory, they have to die. And 3 discretionary. So those 3 discretionary, I'll deal with it with advancing. They roll a 71 +10 is 81. And that is no effect. So there's no effect, and the Germans were able to eliminate these 2 units. And we will mark them down. Okay, so that is 2 losses. Now leg units can advance 2 hexes. So we can go 1, 2. There is a rule, and I think it's only maybe for motorized units, but I need to find that out later. Any unresolved hits, if the unit was eliminated, you can transfer those into advancements, but I need to find it out. So we're just gonna end it where they are right now in that spot. And so I think that's combat done in the 7th Army sector. We'll come back and we'll do, we'll go into the 5th Army sector next.